I mean, it's very outdated, the CMSs that a lot of sites use, and hearing something like this is just beautiful, because this is something that I find very common with business owners, in that they invest in SEO, but they look at SEO from what I consider a level one point of view. Level one is, there's an issue with a website, they hire an SEO, they audit the site, let's say from a technical point of view, they carry out a tech audit, and they then spend the next several weeks, most likely months, trying to resolve the issue, trying to actually implement the recommendations. Level two is looking at it from a more preventative point of view. So instead of the issue occurring, how can you prevent that issue from occurring in the first place? And that involves more than SEOs, right? That involves all the different departments to have, at the very least, a certain level of understanding of SEO. Are you finding that's a similar thing from your experience as well?
Yeah. That's basically what it is. What we basically do is I take no credit for this. As our head of SEO, not Daily Malach, basically has a score for each type of page. So if you're a product page, if it's a blog page, or let's say it's trying to think, it's the static pages on your website, whatever it is, all different page types, they have an SEO score. Mm-hmm. And the teams that are responsible for those pages, the dev team responsible for those pages, have to meet the thresholds from the SEO on that SEO score. So if he says your score is a 50 and you need to get to an 80 by the end of the quarter, mm-hmm. and you need to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G in order to get there. And we have a whole scoring system, which, by the way, the CEO is backing. So, like, if your product team doesn't improve their SEO score according to what the SEO development team wants, they're in trouble with the CEO of Wix. That's how serious SEO is at Wix. So yeah, it starts at an SEO development team that has backing and support company-wide with the other development teams.
Mm-hmm. How is that? How would you recommend SEOs achieve that sort of thing from their point of view in their businesses, having not just the business backing them from a business leadership point of view, but also operationally as well? It's almost like two levels, isn't it? So you have the business invest in SEO in the first place, but then you actually have to get or influence people who operate within SEO or around SEO to actually give a damn about SEO. So how would you recommend SEOs achieve that on those two levels?
So there are a lot of really, really smart SEOs out there. I might even divide them into really, really smart SEOs and SEOs that are really, really good at communicating. And sometimes they're not necessarily the same people.
Yeah.
But you need both of them. And that might not be the same person. It might be a junior on your team happens to be real good at communicating. Mm-hmm. He may be a junior, she may be a junior. I would give them a little bit of control over the reporting, if that's who they are. Because it's one thing to be great at SEO. It's another thing to be able to communicate the value of that. Right. And it's a very different, as a former teacher, it's a very different skill. Being able to communicate things effectively in a methodological, pedagogical way is a unique skill in and of itself. So you can be great at the SEO, but if you can't translate that into a concrete way of presenting that in an easily digestible way that speaks to the audience, you will not get buy-in. Unless the results are so good and are so obvious, how do you get buy-in?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.